Welcome, seekers of wisdom and truth. Today we explore a paradoxical concept that may transform our lives. The less you seek, the more you will find. This idea, simple in its expression yet profound in its implications, suggests that the act of relentless seeking may be the very barrier that stands between us and the fulfillment we crave. In our first lesson, let's consider the nature of desire and seeking. We live in a world that constantly urges us to want more, to be more, and to do more. This relentless pursuit often leads to a state of chronic dissatisfaction. But what if I told you that the key to a fulfilling life is not in accumulating more possessions, achievements, or experiences, but rather in releasing the need to seek them with such fervor? Let's look at desire. Desire is a natural part of the human experience. It propels us forward, drives our creativity, and fuels our progress. Yet when desire becomes a chase with no end in sight, it can lead to a perpetual feeling of lack. What happens when we step back from this chase? When we allow ourselves to be still and release the grip of wanting, we create space for contentment to bloom. Now consider the concept of space. In the physical world, space is often viewed as emptiness, a void to be filled. But in the spiritual realm, space is possibility, the fertile ground from which all things can arise. When we create space in our lives by seeking less, we are not embracing emptiness. We are inviting the fullness of life to enter. In this space, we give ourselves the opportunity to connect with our inner wisdom, to hear the whispers of our authentic desires, and to allow the universe to surprise us with its gifts. Here is a practical advice. Start by taking stock of your current desires. Which of these are truly serving you, and which are distractions from your inner peace? Can you let go of one desire today and instead sit with the space it leaves behind? Observe what arises in the absence of that specific seeking. It may feel uncomfortable at first to sit with what we perceive as a void, but it is in this discomfort that growth takes place. Now, let us ask a question that cuts to the core of our existence. What are you truly seeking in the depths of your being, beyond the surface desires for material gain or social status? The answer may not come easily or quickly, but it is the pursuit of this answer that will bring us closer to a life of fulfillment. Moving forward, we address the relationship between seeking and gratitude. Gratitude is often touted as a powerful practice for fostering a positive outlook on life, but it is also a potent tool for reducing the need to constantly seek more. When we focus on what we already have, on the abundance present in our lives, our perspective shifts. We move from a mindset of scarcity to one of plenty. This shift is not merely a mental exercise, it is a profound change in how we interact with the world. Gratitude brings us into the present moment, the only place where life truly exists. By anchoring ourselves in the present, we reduce the need to seek fulfillment in a future that is always just out of reach. We begin to find joy in the simple pleasures, the everyday miracles that we often overlook in our quest for more. Try this. At the end of each day, write down 3 things for which you are grateful. They can be as simple as the warmth of the sun on your skin or as significant as the love of a family member. The act of writing these down shifts your focus from what is missing to what is present, from seeking to finding. Now let's expand our understanding of gratitude. Gratitude is not only about being thankful for what we have, it is also about appreciating what we do not have. Sometimes, the absence of something can be a blessing in disguise. It can be an opportunity for growth, a space for something new to enter, or a lesson in disguise. Can you be grateful for the things you have sought but not found? Can you see the wisdom in their absence? As we conclude this first part, reflect on the power of releasing the need to constantly seek. By creating space, embracing gratitude, and focusing on the present, we open ourselves to the fullness of life. Consider the possibility that everything you truly need to find is already within you, waiting to be discovered in the space left by the desires you release. Embracing elegance in essentials. The transformative power of simplicity in life. In this second lesson, we delve into the art of simplicity and how it can lead to greater fulfillment in life. There is elegance and power in simplicity that often goes unnoticed. It is a concept revered by philosophers, artists, and sages throughout time. Simplicity strips away the non-essential, allowing the essential to speak. It is in this uncluttered space that we can hear the voice of truth more clearly. The modern world bombards us with the message that more is better. We are conditioned to believe that having more, whether it's possessions, experiences, or relationships, will lead to happiness. But does it? Or does it lead to a complexity that confuses our direction and dilutes our happiness? What if the path to a more fulfilling life is not about adding, but subtracting? Let's take a moment to examine our lives. Look at the complexity that has crept into your daily routine, your living spaces, and even your relationships. How much of this complexity serves a purpose, and how much of it is simply noise that distracts from the melody of life? It's time to embrace the art of simplicity. This means making conscious choices about what we allow into our lives. It's about discerning what truly matters and letting go of the rest. Now think about the role of simplicity in understanding. True wisdom often lies in simple truths, yet we are inclined to seek answers in complexity. The most profound insights about life and our existence often come in clear and simple moments of understanding. When we simplify our thoughts and focus on the core of an idea, we are more likely to grasp its truth. Consider how you can simplify your thoughts and actions today. Choose one area of your life where complexity has taken hold and ask yourself what the simplest form of this would look like. How can you strip away the layers of unnecessary to reveal the core of what is truly important? Let's also explore the concept of silence in our journey towards simplicity. Silence is often uncomfortable because it confronts us with ourselves. Yet, it is in silence that we can hear the subtle truths that busy minds drown out. Silence is simplicity in its purest form. It is the canvas upon which the truth can paint its picture for us to see. Embrace moments of silence in your daily life. Create a practice of sitting in silence for a few minutes each day. Notice the thoughts and feelings that arise when you do this. What does the silence reveal to you about your current state of seeking? How does it feel to simply be with yourself, without distractions or noise? Silence can teach us about the nature of the mind and the illusions it creates. It shows us that many of our desires are not born from a true need, but from a mind that has been conditioned to never be satisfied. Simplicity, then, is also about reconditioning the mind to be content with what is, to find the abundance in the present moment. Now, we come to a powerful realization in our pursuit of simplicity: letting go. Letting go is an act of trust. It is trusting that what we need will come to us when the time is right. It is trusting that life is unfolding exactly as it should. It is trusting that the less we clutch at life, the more freely it flows. Letting go is not about giving up on our dreams or aspirations. It is about releasing our attachment to outcomes. It is about doing our part, then stepping back and allowing life to do the rest. It is understanding that sometimes the most powerful action is non-action. Take a moment to reflect on what you might need to let go of. Is there a pursuit that has been draining your energy without bringing you closer to fulfillment? Is there a belief or expectation that has been limiting your experience of life? What would happen if you released your grip on this? In this second part, we have explored the beauty and power of simplicity. We've considered how reducing complexity in our lives can lead to greater clarity and fulfillment. We've touched on the importance of silence and letting go, and how these practices can help us to find the truth that lies beyond the noise of constant seeking. Embracing the present, the gateway to boundless treasures. In this third lesson, we turn our attention to the present moment, the gateway to a life of richness that is often overlooked. Here, we find that the key to a fulfilling life is not in relentless pursuit of the future or in the relics of the past, but in the depth and breadth of the now. The present moment holds an infinite reservoir of joy, wisdom, and peace that is available to us at all times. It is the only moment we ever truly have, yet we often miss its value as we are caught in the tides of past memories and future anticipations. How often do we sacrifice the present for a future that never arrives as we expect, or pine for a past that is gone beyond recall? Let us consider the concept of presence. Being present means fully engaging with the here and now, immersing ourselves in the current experience without the filters of judgment or the haze of distraction. It means feeling the texture of your own breath, the subtleties of a conversation, or the richness of a quiet moment with all your senses. To cultivate presence, start by observing your daily activities. During a routine task, such as drinking a cup of tea or walking to the mailbox, bring your full attention to the experience. Notice the sensations, the temperature, the colors, and any sounds. Observe how this attentiveness changes the quality of the experience. How does it feel to be fully here, not projecting forward or looking backward? Now, let's look at the role of mindfulness in our journey toward presence. Mindfulness is the practice of maintaining a non-judgmental state of heightened or complete awareness of one's thoughts, emotions, or experiences on a moment-to-moment basis. By being mindful, we train ourselves to return to the present whenever we drift away. It's a tool that allows us to break the cycle of seeking and to start finding. Mindfulness can be practiced at any moment. Whether you are eating, speaking, working, or resting, bring mindfulness to these activities. Notice when your mind wanders to the past or future, and gently guide it back to the present. This is where life happens. This is where we find the treasures that we seek without even realizing they are already in our possession. As we explore the power of the present moment, we must also discuss the illusion of time. Our perception of time as linear, a past we leave behind, a future we move toward, is a construct that can trap us in a perpetual state of seeking. But what if time is not as linear as we perceive it to be? What if past, present, and future are occurring simultaneously, and the present moment is the point of access to this boundless existence? To engage with this idea, consider that every decision, action, and thought you have in the present is creating your past and influencing your future. You are, in every moment, both a product of your past decisions and the creator of your future experiences. How does this perspective shift your understanding of the present moment's importance? Let's also reflect on the connection between the present moment and authenticity. In the present, there is no room for the personas we construct or the roles we play. There is just the raw, unfiltered reality of who we are. In this space, we can connect with our true selves, our genuine desires, and our core values. We can let go of the seeking that is driven by external expectations and societal norms. To practice authenticity, ask yourself whether your actions and choices are aligned with your true self. Are you following a path that resonates with your deepest values, or are you pursuing something because it is what you think you should want? Alignment with your authentic self is a step towards finding fulfillment without seeking it in the external world. In this third part, we have contemplated the significance of the present moment and its role as the gateway to a fulfilling life. We've discussed the practices of presence and mindfulness, the illusion of time, and the importance of authenticity. We've seen how embracing the present moment can lead to a life where the treasures we seek are found within the rich tapestry of the now. Cultivating contentment, the ultimate discovery within. As we reach the conclusion of our journey, the ultimate discovery we make is that of contentment, an inner serenity that transcends the continuous search for more. This state of contentment is not to be mistaken for a lack of drive. Rather, it's a dynamic peace and satisfaction that is independent of external factors, rooted in the realization that our existence and possessions are sufficient. True contentment inspires us to pursue our true potential, not out of deficiency, but out of the eagerness to fully express ourselves. Cultivating contentment begins with the practice of gratitude, which reorients our perspective from scarcity to abundance. By consciously appreciating what we have, acknowledging the value in both the significant and the seemingly insignificant, we can positively transform our mood and life perspective. Acceptance follows gratitude, accepting life as it unfolds, understanding that while we may aim to better our circumstances, inner tranquility arises from accepting the present without opposition. It's about managing our reactions to uncontrollable events with composure and learning from every experience. Simplicity is another pillar in the pursuit of contentment. By simplifying, whether it's decluttering our living spaces, streamlining routines, or setting boundaries, we focus on what brings us true joy and fulfillment. Simplifying life helps us appreciate the essence of contentment. Does having less give us a sense of having more time, space, and freedom? Letting go complements contentment. It's about relinquishing the need for control, the fixation on outcomes, and trusting in life's natural flow. Letting go might involve releasing a deeply held belief or material possession, an act that can significantly lighten our emotional load and contribute to inner peace. In synthesizing gratitude, acceptance, simplicity, and the art of letting go, we craft the tapestry of contentment, marking the end of our quest and the beginning of a serene state of being. This is not a one-time event, but a continuous process of returning to oneself. The less we search for external validation or material gains, the more we discover the treasures within. As this series wraps up, it's essential to integrate these practices into our everyday life. Contentment is a subtle process of self-realignment, a journey back to oneself, time and time again. Let these learnings accompany you, steering you towards a life rich in contentment and tranquility. Thank you for walking this path of inner fulfillment with me. May the insights you've gathered here stay with you, guiding you to a life characterized by deep contentment and peace.